Hey guys, welcome to another video. We're back in DayZ Standalone and I'm asking, what can we expect in 2017 from this awesome survival game? It's had so many problems and there's been so many promises. What I thought I'd do is look back over some of the dev posts, gather the information here, look at the Trello, pull up some images and have a discussion about what potentially is coming and what we should expect and what my expectations are. One of the major changes that's coming to DayZ is a focus on the actual character. This image here shows aging and it's really exciting and I really hope they can get this in for 2017. Two dev posts back they talked about what they're calling the 3 pillars of your character. Peter Nesperi, he is the lead designer, he's talked about this. So we have appearance, and that refers back to that beard, and it could also include things like scars and general wear and tear that they haven't actually been able to introduce. The characters all pretty much look pristine, new and healthy. Hopefully that will change, and I think that's going to be really cool, seeing characters looking different ages. You better tell which characters have lived longer, characters that are well developed. And then there's a stamina element they're talking about. The second pillar is stamina. They can introduce a stamina system. So expect that sometime this year. That's going to stop you from sprinting all the time, which puts more emphasis on vehicles that we'll look at in a minute. But that could also affect how we deal with zombies. Whether we go into towns, make us more cautious. We're going to run out of breath much more quickly. And then there's soft skills, the third pillar. And I'm excited about these. These could be really interesting. We could have medics who have special skills in sewing people up and other skills like making weapons potentially. Who knows? They could really expand this out. They could open that out. But they're so far from that at the moment. It's unbelievable. And there's a little thing here. You know, we're looking at a whole bunch of stuff that include new physics, new damage systems, user actions, animations that are going to be involved in all of these pillars. So that's going to be a lot of work. I hope some of it comes. Let's see if they preview it. And then we have the exterior of buildings. They're looking to add ivy, signs of the apocalypse, signs of age, which is great because so many buildings in game look new. I don't see why this will not come in 2017, so fully expect this type of thing to appear in game. Vehicles are a massive topic. We've got the little bird here, the helicopter they've talked about for a long time. I think we're a long way off this yet. I'll be surprised if we see this in 2017. I hope we do, but it could also be a massive game changer later in the year, I predict, for this particular baby. And then we have some other vehicles. They're having so many problems with vehicles. This is the multi utility vehicle. It looks cool, but I don't know whether they've got all the models for these, so they should be able to get them in. And then you can see details of the engine here, which are really cool. Great models. And then we've got the Bumblebee airplane. If they can't get the helicopter in, can they get the plane in? I'll be surprised. These are things that they've been promising for quite a while now, and we can't really see it happening. This, again, is a lot about physics. Have they got those systems ready in game? I think they sometimes ban these ones around, sort of get our hopes up, but we're far from this. They've had to take vehicles out and stable. They're playing around with them, experimental, and they're talking about things like these bikes, and then bicycles, which games like Miscreated have already got in, even if the mechanic doesn't work properly. We need these if the stamina is going to affect our characters. We've also got some new buildings. This is a shooting gallery. Is that like for a circus? Are we going to have more kind of circus type mobile buildings? That would be wicked. There'll be some great new sites. And then it also enhances storyline. Things like the biohazard tent, where you get showered down and cleaned of all the hazard material. This is a storyline that they're looking to introduce. I think we'll see this in game this year, this type of building. Let's hope so. Another element that everybody is anticipating is base building and barricading. So far, we haven't had this in game. They've thrown out this image of this tower you can build, lookout tower, and they're talking about having fencing Now, fencing seems to be a logical first step, maybe barricades that you can put up around buildings to stop people getting into an area, but we don't have the mechanics and we seem a long way off self-built structures, which is a real shame. And then we've got stun weapons that can incapacitate people and generate new roleplay situations. Those are going to be a lot of fun for the roleplay servers, such as Gents of Novo, an awesome server I recommend. But also the animations for these are going to be quite complex, so they're taking their time. There's other guns and weapons that they've been talking about bringing in, which haven't appeared as yet. Big heavy duty guns, new types of helmets, and then one I'm quite excited about is night vision goggles. I've seen this implemented badly in some games. Let's hope they get that right. That could add another element to the survival side of things. They're going to add new gestures to players, which is going to be exciting but not necessarily needed. And then we've got the damage status for characters shown in their posture. So damaged arms to stop you from using rifles, prone positions and crouching positions that indicate you're injured and maybe a target for a player. There's a lot to come and there's a lot they've promised, so I'm not getting my hopes up, but some of this stuff looks really exciting for 2017 and I don't see why they can't put people on it and get it in the game. Let's hope they do it. Guys, if you found this interesting, click that like button and don't forget I've got a second YouTube channel you can find at pitstophead2, and if you haven't subscribed already, guys, be awesome if you could. Thanks again and I'll see you soon.